Good morning. The title of my devotional this morning is Your Very Special Gift. There is a very significant and yet rather mysterious verse in the opening of John's Gospel. It reads this way, quote, "But to all who received him, Jesus gave the power to become children of God, who were born not of the blood, or of the will of the flesh, or of the will of man, but of God." John 1:12. Since Genesis 1:26 declares, "Then God said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness," many people, lots of people, take the declaration to mean that we are already children of God. John's statement looks at the question of our being a child of God from a little bit different perspective. Let's suppose that as we were being put together, God created a very special place within us for God to be located. I don't know that we can identify that very special place, but let me push the idea with you. Let me use the idea of a car being assembled by a group of mechanics. They put all of the parts together so that the car runs and travels, but there is one very special place that they leave empty so that a very special part can be placed there sometime in the future. Later, when we decide that we want to have that very special part, we ask God, and God puts that very special part in each of us. We choose to have that part installed. I call this part the gift of Jesus Christ. This part is not like the rest of our parts. This one is very special from God and has a very special function as a gift. I have a name for this part. It's my own name. Let me try it on you. I call it our internal guidance system, or IGS, if you will. Our IGS always gives us a pull toward Jesus and the Christ. Our internal guidance system provides us with directions if we will pay attention. The directions are given, but we must decide to follow them. They are not forced upon us. Our IGS gives us hope when there does not seem to be any hope. Our IGS brings us peace when we are aching for peace. Our IGS always leads us to the truth, with forgiveness and always with love. All of the characteristics of Jesus Christ are within this miniature computer IGS. This is God's gift to us, like John's Gospel states in my quote earlier. I was reminded of this idea last Sunday when I went riding with my granddaughter Ashley in her recently purchased vehicle. She was telling me about all of the special features that her car has. She says when the car is getting too close to the vehicle ahead, it automatically begins to brake. I did some research, and with one brand of auto, this is called CMBS, or Collision Mitigating Braking System. There's also an RDM, a Road Departure Mitigation System. There's also an LKAS, a Lane Keeping Assist System. Of course, when I begin to think of my IGS and its functions, I think God has, with our IGS, installed some of the same features, safety processes. For example, what if you start getting too close to someone and you're going to hit him or her? With this fantastic IGS God has given us as a special gift, there will be a flashing signal within you that goes off. And if you're paying attention, the signal is to brake and stop. And if you accept that guidance, will empower you to stop. As I write about this precious device that God has given us, I am aware of what this kind of IGS might do for our world and to our world, and to persons within our world to stop the killing, the murders, the damaging of human life. Or, if you will, let me pursue this gift of an IGS in another application. The RDMS is the Road Departure Mitigation System. Suppose, for instance, you're choosing to follow a wrong or perhaps an evil path in your life. Your IGS, your internal guidance system, will flash an instant red signal that you're going off the road. You're leaving the path. You're leaving the safe and good road, and you're about to venture into an area where harm and damage will occur in your life. You do not realize the danger, but your IGS perceives what you may not realize. Some of you might call this our conscience, and I think that has some application, but I also believe that this gift of this very special part is something that is from God, God's special gift that we may receive. Let me push the idea one step further, just to have a little more fun with the idea. Let's change the letters from IGS to EGS. By this, I mean an eternal guidance system, moving with you, as you hear, from an internal guidance system to an eternal guidance system, because being a gift from God through Jesus Christ, the promise of life after death, of being raised by God's power, is a part of this very special gift from God. Not only do we have the guidance system for daily living, we also have guidance for living eternally. All of this is presented in the gift of Jesus Christ, a gift we are offered and a gift we may receive from God. Enjoy your special gifts, your IGS and your EGS, and give God thanks for his very special gifts to you.